the dawn of a new day. And hopefully it's a better day than yesterday. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. So, yesterday was the day we had one of these try to light on fire. I'll show you guys what happened in a minute after I put down my very healthy breakfast. Okay, so that air vent right there, that round dilly whopper, something happened to where we were getting hydraulic oil building up inside of this aluminum gear case here. That's supposed to be its own gearbox with its own lube separate from the whole system. So we're thinking the seal on the back side of this pump went out and it's letting hydraulic oil build up in that gearbox. Eventually it built up enough oil and enough pressure that air vent gave way. But all it did was crack slightly and spray all that hot oil straight onto a turbo. Made one hellacious smoke cloud. Now, thankfully Hector and Blanca were both paying attention and started screaming on the CB at Cameron, hey, you're smoking bad, and he got it shut down really quick. And then the way my dumb brain works, because it hates me, I spent the rest of the day thinking of how that could have went so much more wrong. What if it hadn't been Hector and Blanca that were in the field? What if it had been somebody that wasn't paying attention? What if it was one of the guys that's been hauling with us that speaks no English and doesn't have a CB radio? How much longer could he have gone with hot oil spraying on a very hot turbo before it went very, very bad? I've heard way too many horror stories of chopper guys having one of these things catch on fire and they have to bail out and just jump off the top of the platform to the ground just to get away from it because it happens that fast. There's so much oil on these things. You know, if you're south of here and dealing with cotton, you know the worry with cotton pickers and strippers. Every year combines go up, every year these go. It just, my fantastic brain would not let me quit forgetting about it. And then as like a weird sick sense of humor that it has, it made me start thinking of my close call I had 2 years ago. Not with the machine burning down, but in a whole nother way. And then that led to a very shitty night of sleep last night for me. So now I'm here, getting ready to start working on this one, even though it rained. But I don't know what else to do at 6:30 in the morning. It was time to get out of the house. So I've got my regular daily maintenance I need to do, and then I need to change some blades. This outer drum was pushing like no other yesterday, and I can tell these things are so dull. This one was having a lot of trouble too. This is the one we already changed whenever we hit the concrete this harvest. So I think for now I'm gonna try and get these two changed before we start up today and go from there. Oh, and in typical confusing fashion, I think I know what the plan is. I was running an impact and had music playing, so I couldn't hear what the tuna was saying to the other guys, but it sounded like where the corn is, it all rained, so I'm switching to the original plan of going south of town out on the dry land to go cut sorghum. I got the drum, I was going to change 2 drums because I was having trouble with them, not wanting to cut. The knives are dull, the whole header needs some TLC, but we don't have time for that. So my original plan was just do the outer 2 drums, run it. Maybe tomorrow I could get the next 2 drums early in the morning, just kind of putting it together that way. But I was told to get going and get gone, so I'm running home to make a lunch while Colton is changing the second drum. He showed up here a little bit ago and Bart got him going on that. So I'm kind of stuck waiting. So I'm gonna go make a lunch, go get the header trailer hooked up, I guess, to this and get it strapped down and ready. Hopefully by then Colton's got that drum done, so then I can I can take off. Yeah, just mass chaos, and none of us exactly know what we're supposed to do, because I was told get the header ready, and I don't know if that means half-ass put it together like we're doing, or spend all day truly getting it ready, because all the blades are shot. I got so many messed up points. It needs welded on. It needs a lot of work, and we're heading into sorghum, which is incredibly hard on them headers compared to corn. So I guess we're gonna wing it. I think that's the right answer. I don't know. 11 o'clock. Finally backing away from the shop. Cameron and I found more stuff that needed done on the header. Got that done. Everybody else ran to lunch. Who's on silage crew? Oh, chopper number 3 is here. They got the hydraulic line put on it that blew up. Got it brought back over here. It's ready to go. So him and a couple guys went to go grab lunches, because nobody assumed we were chopping before noon today. Bart, Glenn, and Colton are over working on the one that tried to catch on fire. They've got a lot of diagnosing left to do, it sounds like. There's, what Bart say, 6 pumps that are all driven off of that gearbox. So the hydraulic oil is getting through one of those pumps, filling up that gearbox. That's what caused the cap to explode and spray the oil. It's hydraulic oil from the main hydraulic system getting into that smaller gearbox that is supposed to be sealed. That thing, what all they say drives off of it: the transmission, the cutter head assembly, the header. I'm missing something else. This left-hand or right-hand gearbox, there is a lot of pumps that all turn off of that thing. So they've got a lot of diagnosing to do. But as Bart said, he goes, right now we got to go hook up a hose to the drain the oil out of that gearbox, dump it back into the regular hydraulic system, fire it up, test a different pump, drain the oil bag out, fill it back up, test a different pump. It's just, they're gonna have a long day. Well, this sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm on block 5, and there's 2 blocks behind me. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I absolutely hate being on the highway with this thing, especially this one, which is a major truck thoroughfare. I've already seen 2 different semis put oncoming semis into the ditch. Literally, that last one was kicking up dust. He had to get over so far. Guys, just calm the frick down. If you wait 30 seconds, both times they put a truck into the ditch without another one being in sight for over a mile. If they would have waited 5 seconds, they could have just went right around me, no problem. I don't get it. I do not get it. 4 miles, 5 miles into the highway drive, and I have about that far to go yet. This highway is a lot worse than the other. The other one is a lot of car traffic. The one we were taking when we were going west. This north-south one, our town has, I think, right around 5,000 semis a day go through it on this highway, north and south. It is a major thoroughfare from the ports all the way through Colorado up to Denver. It's a little bit busy. Almost there. Almost there. I found it. So the highway, I don't know if you can see the trucks and stuff back over there. We're hauling to those trees over there. Well, now, I can tell you right now, I'm going to get the other head. I'm not going to tear this one apart trying to make it work, because that is very short and very thin, stock-wise thin. It's a dryland crop, so the stand, of course, is going to be a little thinner. But, yeah, we're just going to go get the other head, try to avoid the headache off the bat, or create a bigger one. I don't know. Apparently we were doing the preventative maintenance stuff to the wrong head. I already got trucks here, so no time. Fixed. Trevor and I fixed an oil leak. And when I say oil, I mean it was dripping oil. It already had made a mess on one of the hydraulic lines that runs on the inside. But one of the turtlebacks, the blades are bent almost 90 degrees straight up. Not quite. I mean, these heads, you always find some new way to destroy it. Another turtleback, half of it's just gone. Like it's not there. So we'll see how bad this shit. We might have to call Bart and have him bring out a new turtleback. If not, be something to fix in the morning before we start, type of deal. I mean, hell, it's already 12:30. We're having fun, right? Right? Definitely gonna need the air compressor tonight. That seems real good on things. I don't know how big this field is. I think it's 2 miles long, a half mile wide, so that'd be a full section, so 640 acres. For those of you that don't know acres, but have watched some of my videos, when we're cutting a full pivot, that's usually about 120 acres. We're going to be here for a while. 2.5 times around this monstrosity. I'm at 20 acres, there goes load number 4. And I'm betting that's going to be about right, because it's dry, obviously, you can tell by the color. But 4 loads on 20 acres, that's probably about right. Well, I'm waiting on a truck, because they all had to go do empty weights and everything, so it's going to be a little bit of a break here. Thought I'd get out and show you guys what's wrong with the header. If I didn't say earlier, when I was hooking up the head, I noticed we should have been looking at this one instead of the row head this morning. Because yeah, I had a lot of problems going on with the row head, but not near as big problems as this one's got. The worst part is, by the time we're done, these roads out here aren't gravel, it's just dirt. They become a complete mess. So, here's the turtleback where the knives, they're supposed to be flat. Both of those are turned way up. But the problem child, I'm hoping, is this guy. That's not supposed to look like that. I wonder where that's at. Let's see. Oh crap, that's in my field. Hey, what are the odds? And then the oil leak appears to be fixed. So them steel lines up there, that's what we had to fix. But yeah, Trevor's here. Back to work. Quit slacking. I do have to admit, the one really fun part of feed, using the GPS. But check those out. We've gone a mile. Still got a ways to go. He's just been right there. So far he hasn't hit me. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud, because now he's gonna hit me. Look at that. Up and over the hill we go. Oh, hey, cool. I timed this right. Check out going over terraces with big ass semis. Not that enjoyable for either of us. Whee! As long as I don't get any worse than that, we'll be okay. Winnie! Glenn brought parts. He's taking over. I got a Farm Bureau meeting in a couple hours, so I told Tuna, I go, I'm quitting at 4, so I can get that cleaned off and then go take a shower, because I go, if I'm cutting sorghum, which is the same as Milo, I'm going to be itchy as hell by the time I clean it off, and I'm not going out to dinner covered in Milo dust. So, since Glenn had to bring parts and everything, he just went ahead and swapped me places. This is his circus. I don't know what we'll do now. You know, I would say here's a great opportunity for me to get some drone footage. I'm not in a hurry, but I mean, I'm not putting drone footage in unless it's me in the chopper. Most of the footage on drones is never me. No, my drone just physically wouldn't fly in this wind. It's a good 10-mile-an-hour wind, so my drone would just be gone until it crashed. I've tried. It doesn't like wind. Nice little pop-up shower off to the south. It's had a hell of a lot of fun. So here's what we got. Wow, that pulled a long ways. My magnet stuck to the pickup. 4 bolts. I'm gonna say maybe we ought to change them all. That's the part of trucking I always thought would really suck, is just having to head straight on into a thunderstorm. Anyways, so yeah, 4 bolts, boom, boom, boom. The new turtlebacks already have this little guy in there that holds the blade on. That blade should wiggle off. Oh, it's got a crop filter on it. I could do it with 2 hands, not with 1. But that blade will just pop off because there's a plate underneath that actually holds it onto there. So that blade will actually just snap right off. You snap a new one in. It's a pretty handy deal. And then I don't know if you can see it. There's a chopper out there on the horizon. Maybe I should turn on my lens so I can see where I'm pointing. Right over yonders. That's kind of cool to watch from here. Them climbing that hill. I think they might be done chopping. Ooh, that is cold. Cold, cold. I hope the camera heard that. That was pretty good. And you can hear thunder from inside the pickup. So, rain shower already ended. Fun's over. Keep chopping. Might be way too far to see it now, but I can see the chopper on the hill, and then there's Kyle making the dust coming down the edge. But I reset my mileage. Curious how far we are. So there's half a mile. Damn, they're gonna be right. It's only a mile long. So the 300 to 400 acres that the farmer told us, I think, is gonna be right. I can't believe that's only a mile. How is that only a mile? Almost 8/10. It's gonna be more than a mile. Not much more, but I think it's more. No, because it ends right there. Because that's where the field starts that we chopped last year. Because it went from right back there to right over here. Trucks would turn off the highway at this tree here. No, not at the tree. Up here, up ahead at the end of the grass where the wheat stubble is. Trucks would turn there and go over to the field because it was straight over from here. So yeah, it's basically right at a mile. Damn, I could have sworn it was different. There goes Latuna to go see what it's like. So something you might be asking yourself, man, is it really worth going out there to chop that kind of a crop? Well, depends on who you ask. As far as the farmer would be concerned, he spent all summer growing that. He wants it harvested. Now, it's dry land, so, you know, it's not like he could do anything to improve it. You get what you get when it comes to rain. As far as cattlemen, which the farmer is the cattleman, he needs to feed his cattle something. I could have sworn this was Hector ferment. He needs to feed his cattle something this winter, so he needs that crop. Could we find more productive acreage? Absolutely. But that's his acres. He'd rather not have to pay for it. He'd rather just pay for the harvesting fee. Here's the pit right here. So it's just an in-ground pit right there. You can see the tractor parked up on top of it. For us, it's a yes and a no, honestly. Is that worth harvesting when you look at the grand scheme of things? We're all but done with corn. We've got about 2 days left of corn. With only one chopper, it'll take about 3 days. That corn is still above 60% moisture. So as far as we're concerned, it's not burning up. We're not in desperate times on it. That feed, though, you seen it was in the upper 50s to mid 50s. It needed harvested right now. So we're not crazy busy. So yeah, we're not pressed for time. If we had a bunch of corn that was ready, we couldn't do this. It's taken too much manpower for too long of a time when we have more productive acres. Last year we were able to squeeze him in super early. We actually cut it around like 72% moisture because we were greened out on corn early, and we said we either do it now or a month from now when honestly you'd be better off baling it because it'll be so dry. So that it's one of them things. If you can squeeze it into your schedule, then yeah, it's worth it because you're getting paid to harvest it. There's going to be a little add-on because it's dry, probably a little add-on because it's such light tonnage. We always tell people when they call, we charge a 10-ton minimum. That's going to make about 4. Will we charge all the way up to 10? I have no idea. That's discussion for a later date whenever we finish, have all the numbers and all the information. Well, that sucks. Trying to get that thing loaded up on that flatbed so we can get it home because we can't drive it. It's the shits when you call the chopper experts with a problem and they go, we've never seen that. I have no idea what that is. We've got it on, we've got it chained down. They're trying to get the neck hooked back up, but I mean, it's a little redneck engineering, but it's only got to go 20 miles. But I've got to haul ass. I've got a Farm Bureau meeting in half an hour. I set up for today. This is when everybody on the board but one could be there. Well, Colton's on the board with me. He's not going to make it. One of the other guys on the board isn't going to make it. I already knew one other person wasn't going to make it. So now, I think we're having a meeting, and we don't even have enough people for it to be an official meeting. So that's fan-friggin-tastic. But first, I gotta run to the shop, throw out all these railroad ties that we strategically acquired from a neighbor over here. No, he knows we got them. We called him and asked if he had anything. He told us where they were. So, awesome neighbors are always a good thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go throw all these blocks out. Pray to God those guys make it with that chopper. Yeah, fun times, let me tell you. My meeting is over, and guys, I am happy to tell you we solved all the world's problems. To all you farmers out there, expect commodity prices to double in the next couple weeks, and as an added bonus, world peace by Christmas. It's a beautiful day. If you've never served on like a community board, you have no idea how funny that joke just was. But here's the real news of the day, guys. Chopper 2 is finally home. So now we can start figuring out what the hell is actually wrong with this thing. That is incredibly frustrating. We get no answers from John Deere on what could be the problem. When we stump the mechanics at McPherson, I get nervous. Guys, I'm gonna go home, go to bed, wake up, and live this joyousness all over again. I'll catch you in the next one.